Hi, this is James O'Leary for This Is My Joystick here with Khaldor, StarCraft 2 caster. How are you doing today, Khaldor?
Hey, well, not too bad. It's a little bit strange because we have to do promotion, and this is not the gaming area, but it's in Hall 8, so we are always walking between those two areas, and I'm in the same hotel as all the Mousesports players, so I've been talking quite a lot, and Medion is actually one of the sponsors for Mousesports. That's why they are basically all here after they finished the tournament for the Gadget Show, and yeah, we've been talking to them quite a lot. But today, yesterday was a little bit more crowded. Today it's not too bad though, and I quite like the event. But for me, it's really easy. I only have to do some show games. So
have you had a chance to catch much of the StarCraft tournament that's going on in that has just finished over in Hall 10?
Yeah, quite a lot of it. I've been talking to Hazards and Soccer the whole time about it. I visited them at the tournament area earlier on and had a talk with Total Biscuit as well, and Apollo was just doing a little bit of streaming with them. So it was quite nice. And of course, staying in the same hotel as the players, we had some beers every evening. We were just talking about the next matches, about the recent matches as well, just talking about tactics and strategies and what they try to do. Hazov had a really nice tactic, nice strategy he wanted to try against Select, which turned out to play out really, really well, but there was just one small mistake by him, one thing he didn't account for. This goes by Select, UCMP, and he couldn't trap him with force fields therefore. But yeah, it was quite nice to see that the strategies they were talking about actually worked out. But in the end, he lost, so.
Unfortunately for Hasu, but I mean, Naniwa took the tournament quite quickly. Did you manage to see the final of the tournament at all?
Against Soccer, no, didn't see the final.
Naniwa unfortunately won it in 2 games.
He's a beast, Protoss, he is.
Yeah, have you seen much of his playing other than MLG? Or?
Yeah, I saw his games versus Select, and he was really strong versus Select as well. Soccer was actually quite happy about the fact that he didn't have to face Naniwa in the, I think it was the consolation final, but that he was playing against Select because neither Hazovs nor Soccer wanted to play Naniwa. He's just too strong in Protoss versus Protoss. And I think Soccer told me that he played a series against Naniwa where Naniwa actually went for a 1-gate Twilight Council and just tried to fake a 4-gate and then overwhelmed the Blink Stalkers, and was totally surprised by that, even though he had a good strategy himself. So Naniwa is really a player you don't want to face.
Yeah, we spoke to Naniwa about that, and he said he tried to fake the fake in the final, and that's how he managed to catch Soke off guard. Did you speak to Soke at all about? He seemed ever so slightly passive in some of the games, especially against Select, that he could have just sort of stormed in and taken it. Was that a conscious decision by him, do you know? Or?
Actually, I haven't seen his games against Select. I just talked to him on Battle.net later on, and I don't know what his plan against Select was, so I can't really tell you about that. I don't know, but he wanted to play. The thing is, against Select and Show, both being players for Team Dignitas, they used to get their upgrades really late recently, so they delayed a little bit their +1 attack upgrade as well as Combat Shield and Stim. So usually both Hazovs and Soccer thought about attacking Select a little bit earlier. So as I just mentioned, apparently he was passive in the games against Select, which surprised me just a little bit, but I have no idea how the maps were and how the games played out. So
well, I mean, to that point, he was aggressive, but sort of stopped right before the killer blow would have been dealt a couple of times. But I mean, he comfortably looked like he was in the lead, so I was just wondering whether it was a conscious thing.
I just can assume that if you already was in the lead, that he wanted to play it safe, because Select and Show, they are all really uncomfortable players to face because they're so strong, and Select can win that he already lost, especially with Terran having to use mules, for example. A huge blow against the economy of the Terran doesn't guarantee you a win. So if he had an advantage, Soccer might just have thought, okay, well, just let's take it easy, expand, and go for the safe win instead of just overcommitting and maybe losing in the end to Stim and Concussive Shell.
So what have you got planned for the future then? Because you do work for, is it mystarcraft.de? Is that where people can find you?
I basically work for the company that's behind them when we do websites and stuff. And for the future, well, the near future, next weekend I'll be in Copenhagen, casting the Copenhagen games, which should be really nice as there are a lot of players and even some Warcraft players I haven't seen in a while. But just been casting a game of Grubby, and I haven't seen him in person for 3 or 4 years now, so that's the first time. And it was quite nice to catch up with him. And after that, well, we'll just see. I'm casting an ASL now, and just trying. I'm actually not sure if I'm doing the live stream on Tuesday, but I have my own group. I'm casting group 4, and I'm able to do all the groups in German as well, which is quite nice for me, obviously. But besides that, I don't know. I came back from Australia last year in, I think it was August, and I thought about just working for this esports company for roughly a year and just giving it a shot, because I didn't want to just to stop, just go back, start with a normal job, stop with esports completely, and then regret it in 5 years. So I'm just trying it out now, and in 3 or 4 months I'll have to decide if I want to stick with esports or if I want to put my degree to some use and just work for a normal company.
Well, I mean, you're doing a great job with everything that I see you do. Where can people find you if they don't already follow you on the social networks?
Well, I have a Twitter account which is basically just named Khaldor, which was really convenient, and a YouTube channel. And I have 2 YouTube channels, one in German and one in English, because I didn't want to mix them. The German one is Khaldor TV. There's a lot more content at the moment, and the English one is Khaldor On Demand, where I just released a really impressive game of Mondragon against Todd. That game was just amazing. Mondragon doing, I have no idea if we've seen it already, but it's really nice. Mondragon going for 16 evolution chambers, cancelling them in order to have 216 supply, which was quite funny. Todd was a little bit surprised by that. And yeah, that's basically the 3 main things that I have at the moment.
Well, if you don't already follow Khaldor on Twitter, that's certainly somebody to follow in the world of esports, and subscribe on YouTube, of course, and get the esports banner out. Thank you very much for speaking to us today, Khaldor. This is James, so this is myjoystick.com with Khaldor. Thanks, guys.